Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Kate Nash's new album, Yesterday Was Forever. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this is simply my opinion on the album, and if you enjoy this review, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Kate Nash is back with her fourth album, and I have to be honest, I was in love with her music back in the time she debuted in 2007, but ever since I never really paid much attention to her music until today, and that's why we're going to talk about Yesterday Was Forever. Now, I didn't know what to expect from this album, which is always great because it allows me to simply go in with an open mind, and I gotta say, I was not disappointed. This album carries all the teenage angst and melancholy, and it's done in such a way that feels organic and smart. You can relate a lot to what is sung throughout each song, and one of the album's biggest quality to me is how relatable it is. Through every song in this album, there is something to take away and simply ponder upon. I love the touches of nostalgia, like when Kate sings about watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer in her room. It was so funny to me because this is something that I used to do back in the days as well. There's a good mix of rock and pop in this album, and the balance between the two never feels foreign, and the flow of the album is really close to being quite excellent. Like I said, there's a lot of angst in this album, and I live for that. Being able to hear someone simply let it all out like it is on this album, and having Kate being so raw with her voice and music, it really enables us to relate to her, and it is quite rare for me to completely be emotionally open to an album like I was with Yesterday Was Forever. Up to the last 4 songs on the album, I'd say this one follows a very smooth and enjoyable trajectory. But once it reaches the end, it does feel like it slows down a bit too much to my taste. Even though every song is quite well crafted, you can really feel the slowing down a little bit too much. Among the highlights from this album, there's Karaoke Kiss, which is an odd electro-pop song on this album, as it is the only one that really has this type of sound. Then you got Life in Peak and Hate You that are among my really favorite ones. There's just so much anger and excitement in these songs, it's just very easy to listen to them. There are also some oddities on this album like California Puppies or Musical Theater, but both songs are still incredibly enjoyable in their own way, and they never feel at odds with the album itself. The concluding song of this album is called To the Music I Belong, and I really wanted to talk about this song a little bit because the title and the message it carries is incredibly powerful, and as someone who really loves music and cannot live without it, I can definitely relate to what Kate is singing about here, and it is a very sad yet hopeful melody that carries some very beautiful lyrics. Overall, I'd say that this album is like an insight into a personal diary. There's a lot to take in, but it is made in such a honest manner that it's hard not to fall in love with this album. It's raw, intense at times, and has a lot of gems to discover, and that is why I give this album 4.5 stars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tell me what you think of the album down below, and I'll see you next time.